AI video crossed a major threshold. It's no longer a niche tool. It's baked into a platform 3 billion people open every single day. In April 2026, Google rolled out an update embedding DeepMind's Veo 3.1 and Lyria 3 models directly into Google Workspace, and they made the entry point completely free. This chart compares starting prices. Standalone platforms like HeyGen charge $24 a month. Synthesia starts at $18. Google Vids is $0. With that price gap, should you cancel premium subscriptions and move to Google? Not necessarily. That free price tag carries some aggressive restrictions. You are hard capped at a maximum of 8 seconds per clip, and your output is locked to 720p resolution. So we are going to ignore the marketing hype and audit Vids for its actual workplace utility. We will map out exactly where it excels and where it falls flat. Because if you misunderstand its actual purpose, you'll disrupt your workflow and lose time. You need to know if you are the target user before you commit. Vid's biggest advantage is its address. If you want to build a storyboard, you just type the @ symbol and instantly pull your existing Google Docs and slides into the video timeline. You don't have to export a creative brief, download assets, and upload them to a third-party site. The editor sits natively on top of your existing files. But this comes with a heavy trade-off: total ecosystem lock-in. If your team relies on Microsoft 365 or Notion, Vids loses its primary advantage and becomes highly inefficient. If you are in Workspace, you get the exact same real-time, multiplayer collaboration you use in Google Slides. Multiple people can jump in and co-edit the timeline at the exact same time. This quadrant chart measures where Vids sits in the market. The horizontal axis tracks ease of use, and the vertical tracks output realism. Notice Google Vids lands far right for convenience, but noticeably lower on the vertical axis. Vids intentionally trades ultimate creative freedom for extreme corporate convenience. The engine powering all of this is Veo 3.1. You type a text prompt and it generates custom video clips on the fly. This gives you rapid, specific B-roll without paying for a stock footage library or spending an hour searching for the right shot. But the free tier is strictly metered. You get exactly 10 generated clips per month, and each of those clips is hard-capped at exactly 8 seconds long. We can see the biggest constraint here in this resolution chart. The free and pro tiers of Vids are locked at a 720p ceiling. Compare that to the 1080p and 4K standards required by professional video editors. These tight mathematical constraints mean that Vids isn't a viable option for high-volume YouTube creators or professional filmmakers. DaVinci integration functions as a basic storyboard assistant to help you communicate ideas. It is not a Hollywood-grade production studio. If you step up to the $20 a month pro tier, you unlock AI avatars. You use text prompts to direct them, replacing human on-camera talent. At that same tier, the Lyria 3 model generates custom, royalty-free background music to match whatever mood you type in, removing the friction of audio licensing. But look at the language support on this graph. Vids avatars currently support just 8 spoken languages. HeyGen and Synthesia support well over 140. Vids also struggles with the uncanny valley. The avatars lack the hyper-realistic lip sync and micro-expressions that you get from premium competitors. That lack of realism becomes a major issue when modern consumers watch external marketing materials. They notice when the polish is missing. Using a Vids avatar for a high-stakes client pitch or global ad campaign actively risks damaging your brand's trust. The robotic feel is too distracting. Internal corporate teams, however, will gladly overlook a slightly robotic presenter if it means they get their HR updates and onboarding materials faster. While these avatars are highly functional for internal compliance and training, they are actively dangerous for external persuasion. The editing interface runs completely in the browser. Structurally, it functions much more like slide deck software than a traditional non-linear video editor. Because of that design, you lose advanced audio controls. There is no audio ducking, meaning the background music won't automatically lower when someone speaks. You are also physically restricted by a strict 30-minute maximum video length. It cuts off any attempt at long-form content generation. And despite Google's attempt at simplification, there's still a learning curve. Non-video professionals struggle to assemble cohesive edits without getting stuck. The suite is built exclusively for quick, rough assembly. If you try to over-engineer your timeline, the software actively penalizes you. This decision tree maps out exactly who should use the software. We start with one core question: What is your primary video goal? If you are an internal communicator working in HR, training, or project management, your path goes straight to Google Vids. If your company is already paying the $7 a month business starter tier, Vids is the undisputed, cost-effective champion for corporate knowledge sharing. If you are a solo content creator who needs fast B-roll for social media shorts, your path terminates in a hybrid approach. Use your 10 free VO clips to generate specific assets, but export them. Do your actual editing in Canva or CapCut to access the social media templates you need. Finally, if you are a global marketer requiring localized ads, multilingual support, and high client-facing polish, your path steers completely away from Google, straight to HeyGen or Synthesia. The 720p cap and robotic avatars make the $20 premium for those standalone platforms a mandatory business expense. Google Vids isn't built to win cinematic awards. Its true utility is making video creation as mundane, fast, and ubiquitous as sending an email.